Today, says Jesus, you'll be with me in paradise. It's Good Friday, but it's going to be a hell of a journey to get there. They've whipped the skin off Jesus' back using a whip that was probably a flagella, which had chains and shrapnel, and it dug into the flesh. And then they forced Jesus to carry his own cross the way that they would force Jesus' descendants in the Second World War to dig their own mass graves and then shoot them on the edge of it. And then they've pierced through his wrists and his feet, and he's hanging there on the cross with the agony pulsing through his neural pathways, gasping for breath, his body moving into deep shock. And the blood of Christ in the noonday sun is attracting the Middle Eastern flies. This is the moment of salvation. And so there's two criminals, and one is yelling at Jesus saying, sort this out. If you are who you say you are, save yourself, save us. I have got no hope left. He's demanding a miracle. And the other thief yells at him and says, shut up. He doesn't deserve this. We do. And then in one of the most poignant moments in the whole of the Bible, he turns to Jesus and he says, remember me when you come into your kingdom. And Jesus says, this day you'll be with me in paradise. Everyone's terrified of dying. Everyone's kind of desperate in our own way. We're wanting hope. Everyone's wanting the backstage pass. They want to get into heaven. There's a story about Noel Gallagher. He was doing an interview with the Sun newspaper, and he said, when I die, I'm going to have to just say to them at the pearly gates, hey, look, I know I stole some stuff, and I know I took a lot of drugs, but I'm the guy who wrote Don't Look Back in Anger. Maybe if you let me in, I'll play that to God. And this story kind of tells me that God likes that approach, because the robber just said to Jesus, I am a sinner, would you remember me? It's not that Jesus is wanting to hear the Oasis back catalogue particularly. He just loves it when people say, I am a sinner, would you remember me? There's a joke about a man trying to get into heaven, and St. Peter is there at the pearly gates, and he's like ticking everyone off. But he's getting more and more frustrated, and he says, the numbers don't tally up. I'm checking everyone off as they come into heaven, but there's too many people in heaven. And the guy says to him, well, how come? And he says, it's Jesus. Jesus keeps letting people in over the back fence. And really the first person to get into heaven through the cross with Jesus got in over the back fence. He hadn't prayed a particular prayer in a particular way. He hadn't got baptized. He hadn't gone to church. He hadn't worshipped in a building like this. He just simply said, I'm a sinner. Remember me. And that was enough. This Good Friday, no matter how sinful you feel, no matter how broken, no matter how messed up, you cannot be too sinful for Jesus, only too proud. And all you have to do is turn to him and say, remember me.